Why did I become a Muslim? I can remember very clearly the day I officially converted at the Al-Azhar Mosque in Cairo. I'm from the state of Connecticut, USA, but what led me to that day remains an unconscious and yet continuous search for God. As a child, I was always sure of religion and God, but never in the way that Catholicism was presented to me. I could never understand how God could be three, with the Trinity, pray to many people like Jesus, peace be upon him, Mary and various saints, the concept of original sin, how priests could simply forgive sins, or why there were hundreds of completely different Bibles. Consequently, these were just some of the few things that no one, including priests, could address or even explain. It was surprising that I went to church and the religious education was over, but I left without knowing exactly what I had to do to be a good Christian. I learned that I should be good, charitable, caring, merciful, and many other desirable characteristics, but there was no practical application of how I should do this. I was looking for a way to connect with the one God I knew and prayed to, and also for a structure from God that would teach me exactly how I should lead my life. But life moved on, and with the pressure of my family and my objection, I continued my initiation into the Catholic Church. Until university, religion was no more than a nuisance on Sunday mornings. God, however, was still present. I happened to go to a Catholic university and thought I'd give Catholicism one last chance. I desperately wanted to reach out to God. I tried my best once again to find a way through the only means I knew were possible, and it didn't work. I finally renounced Catholicism, which meant it was time to explore other options. Catholicism and Christian denominations were out because of my previous problems with them, and also Judaism, because of its disbelief in Jesus. Although I had problems with Christianity, I was always sure that Jesus had a powerful message for humanity, the message of worshiping one God. I never understood how Christians ended up worshiping Jesus himself. I was sure he never wanted that. I was left with one more option: Islam. I was familiar with Islam from previous trips to Egypt and was open to the possibility of this belief. It wasn't unfamiliar to me, although at the time I didn't know any Muslims apart from a friend or two in Egypt. I started reading the Quran and searching for information about Islam on the internet. I remember my first feeling about the Quran was that I knew instinctively that it couldn't have been written by a human hand. It was beyond that. It was in stark contrast to my reading of the Bible, which seemed like a collection of stories written by a man. This love for the words of the Quran and the fact that it is only one and unchanged Quran since its revelation to the Prophet Muhammad, may God's mercy and blessings be upon him, were not the only things that impressed me. I felt good about everything I learned about Islam. That feeling meant a lot, and I continued to research, learn, and enjoy it. Most importantly, I found answers to my two past religious problems: wanting to worship a god and structure. Islam is strictly monotheistic because Muslims worship only God without any partners, and the Quran and Sunnah, the sayings and actions of the Prophet, may God's mercy and blessings be upon him, give a complete system of life to follow. I finally knew exactly what I had to do to be a good Christian. I had to become a Muslim. During my last 2 years at university, I held on to the beliefs of Islam, not quite sure what to do with them in a Catholic university environment. I knew in my heart that I was a Muslim, but I didn't know how to break the news to my family and friends. After university, I was offered an internship in Egypt and happily returned. I made many good Muslim friends, including my future husband, who helped me to officially convert, and I learned many important things about the religion. I was lucky for all the wonderful support I received. It wasn't easy to tell people that I was a Muslim. Although some people have been happy that I have found a religion that I love, I don't always receive congratulations or even polite responses, but I have grown stronger because of it. I can defend my faith and I thank God every day for being a Muslim. I remember growing up confused about God and religion. I finally feel complacent and happy every day, because now I understand the truth.